at me, Lord. Look at me. I'm changing.
Hello, my beautiful sisters, and welcome to another week of your Change Motivator. I'm so excited to be with you all this week. Well, we absolutely are progressing through our 4 weeks of What's Your Why. And I first want to say thank you all for joining me every week. Thank you all for accepting the challenge to really want to self-discover for yourself what's your why, what has you. So I pray that this has been an insightful time for many of you. I pray it has been a time of self-reflection, a time in which you really have become to learn some things about yourself, a time where you've been able to self-examine your internal dialogue, that whether it's negative or positive, I pray that this time has been worthy for you. So I'm excited that this week we move into week 3, which is looking at self-sacrifice. Now think about that for a minute. When you hear the word sacrifice, to give up, to make concession for. Now I know many of you may be thinking, self-sacrifice, I already sacrificed so much of myself for others. But we're going to take a different spin on self-sacrifice this week. The first question that I presuppose before you is, what are you ready to give up? And you noticed I said ready and not willing. Willing creates the pretense that there's an option to this journey. And whereas there really may be an option, I want you to eliminate the option to stay where you are and begin to look at the option to move beyond where you are. So self-sacrifice this week takes us into a different perspective of what it means to give up something, to make concession for. This week I'm going to challenge you to begin to make sacrifices of some things, some people, and some places that are keeping you in some places of stagnancy, that really are keeping you from being able to truly understand what your why is. Now, I don't expect at the end of 4 weeks you'll have this epiphany of purpose, that you'll really have this whole big picture of what your purpose is. But I do hope that you will have a better understanding that there's so much more to who we are than staying stuck in our past. There absolutely are things that we can learn from our past. There are things that from our past that help us understand how we got to be where we are and who we are today. But this really is about moving beyond our past. And if you remember several weeks ago, past was pushing beyond adversity, stagnation, and tribulation. Our past robs us of our present and can cause us to forfeit our future. So I want you to think about this week, what are you willing to give up that potentially is standing in your way of change? What are you ready to walk away from or to eliminate? Are there some things you need to delegate? Are there some things you need to divide? Are there some things that you totally need to keep your hands off of because even though it feels good, it's not necessarily beneficial? Everything that we like, everything that keeps us comfortable is not necessarily beneficial. So this week, I want you to begin to examine yourself at another level of self-sacrifice. You're absolutely right to think that we already give so much of ourselves as women. We wear so many hats, wear so many things to everybody. But now think about the sacrifices that you need to begin to make for you. Begin to think about the sacrifices that are necessary so that you can begin to set realistic goals, so that you can begin to plan for what you want to achieve, what you want to work on. Whether it's beginning to renew your mind with positive affirmations, positive self-development, whether it's to go back to school, to lose weight, whether it's to not focus on treatment if you're going through treatment for a cancer or some type of disease, but to think about survivorship. This is all about survivors' empowerment. My goal is that you understand that you are a survivor, that you understand that survivorship is not something that you just title yourself, but it's an embracing of a journey. So as you look at self-sacrifice this week, I hope that you're keeping your journals, you're writing down your thoughts, so that you'll be able to go back over where you were at the beginning of this journey, where you were before you decided and declared, I need to change. I want to be changed from the inside out. That woman's talking about changing, and I want that. So self-sacrifice this week, ladies. We're focusing on what do we need to eliminate? What do we need to divide out of our life that's not adding anything meaningful? Who do we need to eliminate from our life that they are not adding anything beneficial? This is not an easy process, but it's a necessary process. So again, I celebrate you. I thank you again for deciding that you really are committed to your change, that you really are committed to being a better you for you, that you really are committed to being a better person in life in general, on your own terms, not defined by who others define you as, but who you were created to be. So this week, self-sacrifice. Think about what that means to you. Think about what it means you need to do. Write it down, reflect on it. But even more so, after you've done that assessment, begin to put it into action. So ladies, I'm looking forward to our week together. I'm looking forward to seeing the change in many of you. There's so many different things that are coming down the pike for this journey. So please definitely tune into the website as you look forward to what's coming up, upcoming events, as well as upcoming book signings. My book was released, so I do hope you visit the website, look at the book, purchase the book, and hear my testimony of change. So another week with you ladies, I'm looking forward to this. Stay beautiful, stay purpose, change on purpose, purpose to change.